I am Kellie from Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course. If you're interested in mobile home investing, guys, you can give me a call at 800-974-5580. And also, guys, before I forget, I have written a ebook. Okay, and this ebook talks about mobile homes in Section 8. Okay, you can find this ebook on Amazon. It's in English and it's in Spanish as well. Okay, and you can find it on Amazon. You can get an electronic copy, or you can get a hardback, whatever the case may be. Today we're going to be talking about how you find cash buyers for your mobile homes. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. But before we do this, guys, if any of y'all have been watching any of my videos, I like to show receipts. Okay, that's what I like to do. I don't like to, people just standing outside of a mobile home, talking, flapping their gums. I like to see receipts. If you look at this receipt, guys, way in the top left-hand corner, my brother, who's also my business partner, along with my mom, Albertine Thompson, my brother's name is Joel Harden. If you look way at the top, guys, this is a screenshot that my brother sent to me. And this is from his phone to mine. So I saved it. And in the corner, it says, Joel, my bro. And if you look at the date very closely, guys, it's June the 26th at 12:06 or 12:05 p.m. Okay, 2025. Okay, I want you to look way down at the bottom of the receipt, and it says the same thing. It says 6/26/25. Okay, this deposit of $11,500 was made on June the 26th, 2025. Okay, and so, guys, we have sold one of our mobile homes, just like I'm going to be talking to you about today. We found a cash buyer, and we found somebody who's willing to buy our mobile home, and we sold the mobile home today. Now, we actually sold that mobile home for $13,000. This particular individual gave us $1,500 to hold the mobile home. So if you add those two numbers together, the $1,500 and $11,500, that gives you $13,000. Okay, so we were just pretty much waiting for them to get park approved, and we're waiting to fill out the paperwork and transfer the title, and they gave it to us in cash. A lot of these deals are done in cash. So I want to talk about this particular situation before I move on to some other topics concerning how you go about finding cash buyers, because there's many ways that you can go about finding cash buyers. This particular mobile home we have had for at least 6 years. This particular mobile home, we spent $18,000 for this particular mobile home, and we've had it for several years. The mobile home has been rented out for several years. However, the mobile home started giving us issues, always needing repairs or whatever the case may be. We were cash flowing on the low end when we first got the mobile home, in the upwards of $700 all the way up to, I'm going to have to say, $1,300 for this particular mobile home. From the day we purchased it and did because a lot of our mobile homes, guys, we actually got during the pandemic. So from the day we got the mobile home, which it barely needed any rehab, the day we got it, guys, we pretty much rented it out the next month. We pretty much cleaned out that mobile home. So from the day we got it until the day we sold it, we were getting in the upwards between $700 and $1,300, depending upon, in our pockets, guys, after the lot rent was paid, depending upon the year that you're talking about that we had it. Of course, guys, just like with everything, inflation, rent is going to go up. So we were going up on the rent on our tenants, and we got all the way up to $1,300. This particular person that bought this particular mobile home, guys, they are telling us that they are seasoned mobile home investors. Before I get into what they did, I want to tell you about Now you probably putting the numbers together. Kelly, you paid $18,000 for it, but then you turned around and sold it for $13,000. And the main reason for that, guys, we were asking 18, and they talked us down to 13, and pretty much that was going to be the point. Like, hey, we're not going to take any less than $13,000. So they talked us down to $13,000, and we took it. And if you really listen to what I just said, we got in the upwards, from $700 all the way up to $1,300 for this particular mobile home, while we owned it over a course of 6 years that we had this particular mobile home. That's in our pocket after the lot rent has been paid. This particular individual that we actually found, because we started advertising the mobile home, we put a for sale by owner outside the mobile home, guys, right there in the window, and they drove by, they saw the sign, they contacted my brother did a walkthrough with them of the mobile home, and they liked the mobile home. They understood the little repairs that had to be done in the mobile home. And guys, we don't like to really invest in mobile homes that are too old. This particular individual, they said they were seasoned mobile home investors, and I hope they prove me wrong. But one of the main reasons why we sold this particular mobile home is because this mobile home, guys, the lot rent was up to $1,100. It was up to $1,100. So it got to the point where the lot rent was crazy. And then you had problems with the mobile home, and the numbers started not to make sense. So this particular person is actually a flipper, and they're going to try to flip this particular mobile home. And I say try very loosely. I bet you can get some money off of this mobile home, but I'm not sure how much over the $13,000 that you can be able to get. I'm just going to keep it truthful. I don't know how pretty they're going to make this mobile home where somebody's going to want to pay more than $13,000 that they paid for it. I don't know how pretty they're going to make the mobile home. Regardless of what you do to the mobile home, guys, it's still a 1989 all day long. Okay. And so I asked the individual to please contact us after they finish doing whatever they want to do with the mobile home so we could take a look at it. But in my opinion, I think that is a bad investment. The main reason why I think it's a bad investment, because the lot rent is up to $1,100. Okay. Anybody who's going to buy that mobile home and plan on staying in that park, because this investor does not plan on renting the mobile home out. He wants to go ahead and sell it. Okay. So anybody who buys that mobile home and keeps that mobile home in the park has to understand that they're going to be paying $1,100 for lot rent. Now, that might be good if you don't owe anything on the mobile home. Yeah, $1,100 is good all day long, because where can you live for $1,100? But that is not good if you have a seller finance note on top of that $1,100. So I went ahead and made a screenshot so we all can be on the same page. So we're still talking about that mobile home. This is 1998. The one that we just sold on yesterday. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. In our pockets, guys, in our pockets, you can get in the upwards of $700 all the way up to $1,300 in our pockets. Okay. Lot rent for us, like I said, we owned the home for 6 years, went from $550 through the course of the 6 years all the way up to $800. Okay. That is for us. However, the new buyer coming in off the street is not going to be able to pay the same lot rent that we were paying. So the new buyer is going to have to pay $1,100. See, this is when things are not quite making any sense. And of course, guys, the uglier the mobile home, nobody's going to want to pay you top dollar for an ugly mobile home. So the maximum amount of rent that you can charge for that particular mobile home, and really not for that particular mobile home, because guys, it was on the ugly side, is anywhere between $1,900 and $2,100. Now, we were fortunate enough that our last renter that we had in there was a Section 8 tenant, and we were charging $1,900. And so due to the fact that our lot rent was at the time only $800, guys, we were having $800 in our pocket after the lot rent was paid. Okay. And this was a mobile home that we purchased 6 years ago for $18,000, and then we turned around and sold it for $13,000. So when people say, hey, it sounds like you had a loss, by no means do you have a loss. And let's do the math. Let's just stick with the high end numbers. I got my little calculator here. We're going to stick with the high end numbers because we were getting $800 in our pocket every month. You multiply that times 12, which is 1 year. That's $9,600. And if we had it for that dollar amount for 6 years, that is going to be $57,600. Okay. For a mobile home that we paid $18,000 for, okay, and so that's a profit of $39,600. Okay, now we have to add back in the $13,000 that we just got, and let's see what our profit is thus far. Okay, our profit is $52,600 for a mobile home that we only spent $18,000 for. So I'm saying that this individual's numbers do not make any sense. And he calls himself a seasoned, and I'm not trying to rag on him, he calls himself a seasoned mobile home investor. It doesn't make any sense when your lot rent is $1,100. Okay. Now, like I said, if the person buying that mobile home, whoever's going to buy that mobile home, if they plan on living in the park, guys, and then they have a seller finance note on top of that. And what do I mean by seller finance? I mean that they don't have the end buyer, the new person coming in, does not have all the money to pay this investor. Then the investor will create a seller finance note. That's also something that I teach in the course. So if you're going to have a seller finance note on top of $1,100 worth of lot rent, and you know the lot rent is going to go up, guys, that does not make any sense. That's what I'm saying. These numbers are not starting to math. The math is not mathing, okay? Another thing that doesn't make any sense is that this investor is not in on this particular project by himself, nor is he a handyman or a contractor. So once again, he's going to be out of even more money because he's going to have to hire somebody in order to do these repairs on this particular mobile home. So it only makes sense if they make this home like really, really beautiful, and then somebody ups and moves the mobile home out of the park, maybe to their own private land. But to pay $1,100 for rent, guys, it makes no sense whatsoever. And we have had a lot of dealings with this particular mobile home park manager. Matter of fact, we still own 3 more homes in this particular park. However, one is a seller finance deal. Now, we used to own 4 homes in the park, but we sold one of those homes as well because we started having issues with that home as well. And so now we only own 3 homes in the park. One is a seller finance deal, and the other 2 are rentals. Okay, but at $1,100, guys, to me, that investor should have picked a park that was a lot more cheaper with the lot rent. Okay, so everything that's going on right now with this investor, the issues are the lot rent is too expensive. The mobile home is too old. You're going to have to pay a contractor or a handyman to get things up to par. And after all is said and done, you have chipped in with 4 other people. So you're going to have to split this money 5 ways whenever you do sell or finance this property out to somebody, or maybe you're going to get a cash buyer. Okay. But what I am saying is, are you going to get much more over what you are out of pocket? That's my whole thing, because you're already out of pocket $13,000, and now you're going to be out of pocket of the rehab, and you're going to be out of pocket of the lot rent. Are you going to be able to recoup your money? That's what I am saying. Okay, the numbers do not make sense. Okay, and it has to make sense. And right off the back, when I would have saw that the lot rent was $1,100, me as being an investor, I would have said, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. There are more parks that are a lot cheaper than this. I choose to invest somewhere else. Okay, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Like I said, guys, if you want to do a free one-on-one Zoom, we can do that. 30-minute Zoom, 800-974-5580. So now we're going to talk about how do you go about finding cash buyers for your mobile homes. I have said this time and time again, guys. You're going to have to befriend your park manager. You have to build a solid relationship with your park manager, because a lot of times people drive the parks and then they go into the mobile home park manager's office and they said, hey, I'm interested in buying a mobile home. I have cash. If the park does not have a mobile home to sell, then guess what, guys? They can refer that individual over to you. So So if you haven't built a relationship with the park manager, there's no way he or she is going to refer people to you. That's not going to happen. So building relationships with the park manager is very, very important. And of course, guys, I will give them a referral fee. If you find somebody to buy my mobile home, I will give you some referral money, maybe, $200, $250 or whatever the case may be, for them helping you find somebody to purchase your mobile home. Another thing you could do, guys, is you could do a ghost ad. Ghost ads, normally you put those out when you do not have the mobile home as of yet, but you're thinking about buying a mobile home. Let's just say hypothetically, the mobile home that you're interested in buying is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. What you're going to do is you're going to put a fake advertisement up. Do not put the real home on there. Put a fake mobile home up there. Put a price on there. Give some dimensions. Say what the mobile home comes with: central air, whatever the case may be, a porch, a deck, or whatever the case may be. 2 parking spots. Use a little description in the ghost ad with that fake mobile home up there, and then that way you can get some takers. Okay. So what's going to happen if somebody calls your ghost ad and say, "Hey, I'm interested in the mobile home that you have on Facebook for $18,000. What's going to happen is you're going to tell them, "Oh, that mobile home has already been sold, but I might have another one coming up." Then you would jot down their information, you would get their criteria, and then when you do come across a real mobile home, now you have somebody who's willing to pay you cash, because on your advertisement, on your ghost ad, you're going to say cash buyers wanted. Okay. Another thing you can do is that you can help your end buyer find cash. And how do you do that? You can tell them to go to the credit union, or guess what you could do? You can seller finance the home out to them. And how seller financing works is just like a car. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to ask them for a large deposit. Okay, because you want them to have just as much skin in the game as you do. You're going to ask them for a large deposit, and after that, guys, are going to be paying you payments over several years with interest and principal, hopefully. And that's another thing that I teach in the course. And then after the note is created and after they pay you off, then the title is going to be transferred over into their name. So you can do that as well. It's going to be very hard for them to get a loan for the bank for a used mobile home. It's going to be very hard, guys. So that's why they come to you, because you will be the bank when you sell or finance the mobile home out to them. All right. So this is Kelly from Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course. I hope you learned something from this particular video on how to get a cash buyer, how to find cash buyers, guys. It's very important. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at 800-974-5580. And do not forget about the ebook, Section 8 in mobile homes. Okay. It's in the description. Go ahead and grab yourself a copy. Yes.